Hi everyone, I'm the Limitless Librarian broadcasting you from the Australian chapter of Camp Half-Blood. And today I'd like to talk to you about something that is not really discussed or addressed in the Percy Jackson books. None of them brings it up, none of the characters ever bring it up, and it honestly baffles me. And I never hear anybody talking about it. And that is the practicality of these bright orange Camp Half-Blood shirts. Now, I love having my own Camp Half-Blood shirt. It's really awesome. But do you ever think about how when they're out going on these quests, nobody ever suggests that they should change out of their camp gear before leaving? Nobody questions that, not even Annabeth? Now, it makes sense for them to be wearing these shirts at camp. There's a reason why, schools have uniforms. It brings the cohort together. It gives them a sense of group identity. But outside of camp, I don't see there being a good reason to wear them when they're on quests. I mean, you're basically advertising to any monsters or other non-mortals that don't want to wish you well, hey, free dinner! You're advertising that you're a demigod, and even if monsters can probably smell you before they see you, again, that there could be other non-mortals like enemy demigods or other species that can't smell you, so you might fly under the radar otherwise. Also, they're bright orange. It's not exactly, inconspicuous. Even if they can only see you from the back, if monsters are looking out for demigods in these orange shirts, anybody wearing an orange shirt, even from however many meters away, is going to catch their eye. Also, even just in normal battle situations, like capture the flag at Camp Half-Blood, they're in the forest, they're surrounded by green. Why wouldn't they be wearing army camouflage coloured shirts or something instead? And the same thing can be said of the Camp Jupiter purple t-shirts as well. Everything can apply there. It just doesn't seem like a good idea to be wearing these shirts that are advertising that you're a demigod when you're out and about on a quest where you are most likely going to come across monsters or other unfriendly non-mortals who are going to be on the lookout for demigods meddling in their evil plans. And yet, even Annabeth, the daughter of Athena, the goddess of battle strategy, the person who you would think would realize this, never seems to suggest that they maybe change out of their camp shirts before they leave on the quests. It's kind of weird. So, why is that? The only time I ever saw anybody else acknowledge this question was in one random, I think it was a Quora thing, I discovered while searching for places where I could get my camp shirt. And someone theorized that they wear the Camp Half-Blood shirts so that if a demigod falls in battle somewhere, they can easily be identified as such and returned to camp. But that just doesn't seem like a very good logical reason, and it's only helpful for you if you die. Wouldn't we rather prevent demigods from dying in the first place? Plus, when you're sent on a quest, they generally know who it was who went on the quest. So if they don't come back in a timely manner, they know who to look for and they know where you should have been going. In the Battle of the Labyrinth, after Percy disappeared for a month due to the wacky time in the Labyrinth and Ogygia, he came back to camp a month later just in time to see his own funeral. They knew who it was that was missing, and they could guess that he was probably dead if he hadn't returned in time. And as far as I recall, they never set out a search party to look for him. So I don't think that idea holds up. The only other reason I can think of as to why it's practical for demigods to wear their Camp Half-Blood shirts even outside of camp is if these special shirts have been enchanted or enhanced in some way. But even then, why couldn't the camp just make normal daily wear looking shirts and enchant them. Also, we don't really see much evidence of that being the case anyway, because, I mean, sure, it is kind of surprising that nobody mentions their shirts getting, like, destroyed during quests, but I feel like the demigods would take significantly less damage than they do, or would notice or point it out if there was anything special about their shirts, like them being fireproof or more resistant to damage or whatever. And like I said, again, why couldn't the camp just produce more normal, everyday, mortal wear shirts for the demigods to wear with the same enchantments on them? You know, the Athena cabin could make the material, the Aphrodite cabin could design the shirts, and the Hecate cabin could, you know, do the magic stuff to give the shirts the special properties. There's no reason it needs to be just the specific orange shirts that the camp uses. And, you know, they could even just print like some kind of Greek letter or something on the inside of them so that the demigods can tell their special shirts from the normal mortal ones. So I don't think that explanation holds up either. It's weird because I have to conclude that it is something special about the camp shirts. They have to be designed that the demigods can easily fight in them and exert themselves in them. Like, different shirts are going to be better for exercise than others. In the Trials of Apollo, the Burning Maze, Piper McLean gets changed into a Camp Half-Blood shirt before she leaves with the group to go on their quest, even though they never even plan to go to Camp Half-Blood at all. That's not even on the agenda, and they don't go there in the book. But she gets changed into a camp shirt anyway, presumably because it's more effective for fighting in than whatever she's currently wearing. But again, it's kind of weird that the camp doesn't provide the demigods with more civilian clothes that just happen to be made of the same material, but otherwise would look, you know, normal, and not advertising to every monster in a 100-meter radius, hey, dinner time. So what do you guys think? Do you guys have any sort of answer to this question of why the demigods still wear their Camp Half-Blood shirts outside of camp, even though it's a bad idea for the reasons I explained? If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more Percy Jackson race stuff from me, please let me know. I'd like to do a Greek Gods book recommendations video at some point. So please like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, do lots of maths, read lots of books, and I'm sure you'll have a godly day.